All right, folks, big happy Friday to you. 10th of January. It's a little better than 5 p.m. For no particular reason. I'm basically done with chores. I got to kick a little hay in a little while, but thought we'd stop, make time for a little video, kind of show you what I did. We looked at all the calves yesterday, for the most part. As you can tell, I got to go after a baleage and bale stockpile effort tomorrow, which is tomorrow's Saturday, so that is a great day to do that. A couple comments were left about leaving a radio on. As you can tell, it is on in an effort to help calm down. One of the ways to calm down these bulls here, these young bulls, just hearing the voices and the music and all that stuff. I'm a huge believer in that. Completely agree. And it's on all the time. I make sure and I shut it off when it comes time to making a video. But yeah, it's always on AM 680. Channel never changes. And, music you can groove to, you know. Calm and collective. Let's take a look at these pigs here, these Holstein steers. They've started a tremendously awful habit. I gotta be honest with you, this is probably the cleanest group of Holstein steers. Now we're only talking 6 here that I have ever seen. Between eating up all their feed intake is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. And then as far as being clean with their hay, well, these dirty pigs just started a little trend here about 2 weeks ago where half their hay comes out, which is usually normal. It wasn't for this crew, but what are you gonna do? This is from this morning's pen cleanings here. I'm really liking this spot cleaning ordeal, which is not normal for us. We're always a thorough clean, but something has to change. I'm guaranteeing you every 4 days now, which fits our schedule perfectly for running the barn cleaner. Okay, a little news on corn silage here. Numbers were wrong a little bit. Got about 2 or 3 days worth of corn silage left in 16-foot diameter. That's kind of a sore subject, but it'll be okay. Now, you're looking at the 18-foot diameter, chuck full of silage. I have no intentions, zero, of opening this silo up. We are destined for devilish cold weather, freezing weather, which will make you shut down a silo, for us anyway. Therefore, I'm not even going to attempt to clean up the top, which is a full day affair, if not better than that. It is going to wait till March 1st or so. We'll see what happens. Oh, boat slipped. We have had a beautiful day, obviously. Got a ball cap on, for crying out loud, which actually means something here. I'll tell you about it here in just a bit. Oh, I forgot my damn stick. Need to understand, we got the bulls out here. Damn it. All right, Elfrex seeds. I just put in, secured and locked in my order for 18.5 acres of sorghum for this coming year. I did that because this past year here, we came across a very large demand and then therefore shortage for sorghum seed. And it had to do with the weather. And of course the corn crop or lack thereof. So I guaranteed myself what I needed. I put the order in, and I have opted to go with the same, I guess we'll call variety, as I did just this past year here. It is the Alforex Forage King. I will admit to you, I still did not submit a sample of it, which I really need to get off my behind and do so. But it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. I can't even imagine what that sorghum, the Forage King from Alforex, will do with fair weather. The absolute disaster of a summer, spring, summer, and early fall weather that we had, it's still, I dare say, flourished. So pretty excited about it. Locked in the bags that are needed. You better stay right there. You should be all right. That's the young one. Come closer and I'm charging at you, asshole. Ah, geez. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry about that. Apologize for the language. There is no call for that. He's not up to any trouble. He likes to play a lot. He is harmless, but you know, those words only go so far. I ain't messing around with it. You will get a whipping. So I say we're not messing around with it, so we're not going to. This here is like a brick wall to the cattle. This is obviously just a one-strand electric fence. You can basically consider this a brick wall. What do you got in mind? Going after a drink of water. All right, that's the young bull right there. I need to do a special video on this, but I have, he just slept a little bit. I have full intentions of using him this summer. In fact, July 15th to be absolutely exact. And I should do a whole special video on what I plan on doing for breeding here this year. The old guy, he's got to go. I say old, but he's only about 3.5. He will be. He's done 2 rotations, 2 years worth of breeding out here. I mean, I don't think I need to explain this, but basically he has daughters out here now that need to be bred, you know, this summer. He's got to go. And what a performer. Now, a lot of you that pay attention to this channel and cue in all the time, you know that the young one had an ailment. Right now, he's squeaky clean. He looks good. I am taking a gamble. I'm keeping him, and then I am choosing one, guaranteed one, I don't know about 2 of the bulls that I'm raising. I'll explain further on a different video. But yeah, all is well. But anyway, it's a big happy Friday. This was just laying here. Oh, I'm so darn funny. Oh, good Lord. It's Friday. You say what you want. It doesn't matter to me. I think, as we all know, the absolutely phenomenal channel of 10th generation dairyman, who does what a great job. What a great young man. If you haven't been over to his channel yet, with all due respect, you've been living under a stump. But of course, he does that all the time with Mountain Dews, and I think it is just it doesn't matter how many times he does it. It's hilarious every time. So anyway, I'm sorry, folks. I forgot my little protection stick, and God knows the day I go in there without it, just by foot, is the day that I'm going to need it. So we're not going to go. I'm pretty sure you can see the cattle here. Obviously, they got a new bale of corn fodder here this evening with, and of course you got the big crowd here, a bale of alfalfa baleage. They've got 2 half bales of dry hay left over that I am making them clean up. And they'll hit it real hard here this evening. And that's it. Other than that, they're doing real good. A full deal full of, I put 2 bags of mineral in there just yesterday. Pretty sure I'm gonna go to a concert tomorrow night. We got one of them there casinos pretty damn close to me. It's just across the highway. Whatever. Well, they get some bands in. The Who is gonna be in town. Actually tonight and tomorrow. And I'm really flirting with the idea of going ahead and catching that concert. Yeah, so anyway, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Shout Out Friday. I swear to you, I just cracked that beer. All right, folks. Number one, big thank you and appreciation to a lot of the comments that were left on a couple videos ago. Basically, I guess basically asking for your help. Shout some channels out yourself. I did look into them. I am repeating 2 and only 2 channels here today. Don't take any offense to that. We've got about another 50 Fridays left for this year. One of the things I think that we're going to start doing, just to be kooky and silly, which is right up my alley, bring back a little bit of a child, is we're going to have I think we're going to have tributes to states. In fact, at one point, I think I started doing that, like Wisconsin, Michigan, Iowa. I believe I did Kansas one time. We're going to start doing that. I'm going to start doing a little bit of research and actually putting some work into it, and start having tributes to states that are home to YouTube channels. All right, folks. I want to start off with the reason Shoutout Friday exists, why it started, the reason for it. Start up channels to get them their help, to get you over there. Hopefully you like their content. If you don't, respectfully just leave. You know how I meant that. This channel here is the reason for Shoutout Friday. I absolutely love this stuff. This channel has 1 subscriber. Montgomery Livestock. Montgomery is spelt just the way that we all know that it is. Montgomery Livestock. They hail and make their home out of south central Nebraska and even bleed into, I believe, central northern Kansas. I can only assume that they're right on the state line. 8 videos up for your viewing pleasure. They deal in beef cattle, goats, horses. Makes hay, corn, soybeans, and sorghum. Not only sorghum for sorghum, we'll say sorghum seed, but forage as well. Get on over and check out Montgomery Livestock. Like I said, 1 subscriber. This is why this exists. This is why I started it anyway. Let's have a shout out to Fred. Fred, you old dirty dog, you. Roar Farms. My apologies if I said that wrong. Roar Farms. R-O-H-R Farms. Roar Farms. Hails and operates out of northeastern Ohio. 127 subs. The good man that puts this channel on, his name is Spencer. It's a husband and wife team, Spencer and wife. I'm seeing roughly 30 videos. I'm seeing a pretty good operation of making hay here. I look forward myself to getting in this channel a little bit better. So lots of baling of hay and general farming. I did see some tillage videos. I will admit that I didn't research the ever-living heck out of this channel. but I believe I've seen just enough to give you the go-ahead. Go ahead and check out Spencer and his wife's channel called Roar Farms. But good stuff. There's the 2 channels here for this week, folks. I do believe next week, I think we're going to start getting kooky, and we're going to do tributes to certain states. And we'll throw in a channel in there as well. So, yeah, other than that, just kind of kept busy today with a lot of little stupid little odds and ends. I did have to take a trip into town here today for a couple of things. I had to run a few errands, including a new jack for the manure spreader. Had to do it. Had to call it quits finally. That jack came with the manure spreader a long time ago. And after multiple fixings and that little pin that comes out and bent and everything else, that was it. So a new jack was put on. Okay, I did something else here today. My bets are on that I do find that pot of gold here this spring, because holy crap do I need it. Wow. I ordered a big stock tank. Big for me. Well, I think in general it's an 8-foot diameter. We're going to take a little walk. Hey, Fred. Settle down, God's sakes. Okay, been using this for a long time. Obviously, during the non-freezing months of the year, this is the main stock tank. Yeah, I know. That's what we've been using. That's what's worked. It's got to stop. There's quite a few more cattle out there these days, and adding to it with a bar minimum 12 heifers this coming May-ish. Just playing around. Anyway, this is their water. Everything you see here is grazing property. That's made up of 9 paddocks. Depending on the weather, depending on the forage that's actually out there, it either gets split into quarters or thirds. So there's 9 paddocks up here. You need to understand that when they need their water, they come all the way back up to here. They usually do what I'll call gravy train about 3 times a day, if not 4. But yeah, this needs to change, so I ordered an 8-foot in diameter. What I'm going to end up doing here is come springtime, when it's acceptable to do so as far as ground thaw and everything else, of course I'm going to tear this out of here. I'm going to take this wire down, and I'm going to really rough this area up here and bring in some really good road gravel and probably put some planks down, because we all know how this works. They all get together here between you know, the urine and some possible water spillover and everything else. It gets pretty mucky in here. So basically I'm looking to fortify it with a very solid bed of road gravel, and then when I say planks, even just, you know, chunks of wood, leveled up chunks of wood underneath the 8-foot stock tank. So that's scheduled to be here no later than April 15th. Of course, I put that order in through the feed mill. It is a Sioux Steel product, which I'm a big believer in. Yeah. And we got both bulls here now. Going a little head to toe here action. Young one knows better. I'm fairly confident, folks, that the old one knocked All right, now I don't know. I don't like what I'm seeing here. He's sniffing. That's one of the problems with keeping your bulls out with the herd. I'm stating the obvious here, but late season breeding. That was one of my biggest scares. I don't like what I'm seeing at all. I don't need to have any October calves, for God's sakes. Look at you, big mama. You got a little temper problem? Playing around? You big baby? Oh, that's gotta feel good. That's gotta feel good. I gotta put some rubbing posts out here too. You know what? I gotta look into that. I gotta do a lot of things. It's never ending. It never stops. Folks, that's it. I'm just kind of mumbling around now. I do have a few things that I need to get done here before dark sets in. I do got to sit at the table with some paperwork and some bills here so I can send them out in the mail tomorrow. People are always lax with paying me, but of course it doesn't work that way with me and other people. I got to get the bills out. It's funny how that works, isn't it? Thank God we're all good looking and rich. It's my joke for the day. Folks, big happy Friday. I'll take you along tomorrow with one thing or another. Most likely we're going to end up at the across the highway where all the baleage is. And I'll give you a little look-see of what's left and what I've got in mind. So anyway, I got to get my button gear. Big happy Friday to you. Happy Shout Out Friday. Hope everybody's doing okay. I hope you have some nice plans this weekend. And we'll go from there. Talk to you sooner and later.